Welcome to Jihad Watch. I'm Robert Spencer. In the news today, Abdurrahman. You may remember him. He made international news last spring when his conversion from Islam to Christianity led to his arrest by authorities in Afghanistan. They intended to put him on trial for apostasy. He was spirited away to safety in Italy, but now jihadists in Afghanistan are demanding his return to that country in exchange for a kidnapped Italian journalist, Gabriele Torsello. If Italian authorities agreed to turn over Abdurrahman to the kidnappers, he would almost certainly be killed for leaving Islam. Yet many Muslims in the West maintain that Islam has no provision against apostasy. Typical of this was a Chicago Tribune article a few months ago by M. Sharif Bassiouni, professor of law at DePaul University and president of the International Human Rights Law Institute. A Muslim's conversion to Christianity, Bassiouni wrote, is not a crime punishable by death under Islamic law, contrary to the claims in the case of Abdurrahman in Afghanistan. Yet the death penalty for apostasy has always been an element of Islam. Islam Online, a site manned by a team of Islamic scholars headed by the internationally influential Sheikh Yusuf al-Qaradawi, explains that if a sane person who has reached puberty voluntarily apostatizes from Islam, he deserves to be punished. In such a case, it is obligatory for the caliph or his representative to ask him to repent and return to Islam. If he does, it is accepted from him, but if he refuses, he is immediately killed. And if someone doesn't wait for a caliph to appear and takes matters into his own hands, although the killer is to be disciplined for arrogating the caliph's prerogative and encroaching upon his rights, there is no blood money for killing an apostate or any expiation. In other words, no significant punishment for the killer. Apostasy from Islam had always been, for Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, a supreme evil. Muhammad legislated for his community that no Muslim could be put to death except for murder, unlawful sexual intercourse, and apostasy. He said, if somebody, a Muslim, discards his religion, kill him. Nothing unclear about that. The kidnappers' demand that Abdurrahman be returned to Afghanistan illustrates the hollowness of arguments we hear all the time about how we must support self-proclaimed moderate Muslims like Bassiouni by refraining from noting the flimsiness of their presentations. While we're being polite to alleged reformers, Muslim hardliners are implementing elements of Islamic law that bemused non-Muslims are nodding their heads and agreeing don't exist. The kidnappers' demand is also another chance for the U.S. to ask Afghanistan to affirm in unequivocal terms freedom of conscience and freedom of religion. The State Department should call upon the Afghans to begin a searching reevaluation of the role of Islamic law in Afghan public life. But that, of course, is even less likely to happen than Abdurrahman's return to Afghanistan. For Jihad Watch, I'm Robert Spencer.